Hey, welcome back to Shane's Hobby Shop. My name is Shane, and this right here is my homemade crawfish jambalaya with Cajun seasonings that we showed you how to make earlier. Want to see how this delicious meal is made? But stay tuned, I'm going to knock your socks off. Okay, the ingredients you're going to need. You will need 4 teaspoons. So let's divide that into 2. So we're going to have 2 teaspoons of your Cajun seasoning and then another 2 teaspoons of your Cajun seasoning. Separate those, okay? And then let's do 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Next, you're going to do 1 bay leaf. And then let's dice up a yellow onion. Let's go ahead and use a half of a yellow onion diced up. 1 green bell pepper, again seeded and diced up. 2 to 4 garlic cloves, depending on your size and your taste, finely chopped. 1 1/2 ribs of celery, diced small. 3/4 cup of your long green rice, uncooked. Be sure you rinse it before you use it. Then we're going to do 1 8-ounce cup of crushed tomatoes with the juice, but don't drain it, okay? 1 1/2 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Then we're going to have 4 to 5 green onions chopped, and we got to set that aside for garnish toppings at a later time. Okay, for the meat on this recipe, we're going to need 6 ounces of fully cooked andouille sausage, and slice those into rounds. Going to do 1 12-ounce package of raw uncooked shrimp. Here we are using the small size. Then you're going to need some crawfish. Now I live up north, and the only way we can get crawfish up here is 2 separate ways. One, we got to meet some shady guy behind the old Sears and Roebuck Center. You got to meet him in the back, and apparently there's some kind of secret handshake you got to do, and so far I have yet to figure out what that handshake is, and lately I've been getting a lot of parsley from him. So now I got a bunch of parsley I don't know what I'm going to do with. So another way you can get crawfish, you go to Walmart into the freezer section where the fish is, and you can get a 12-ounce package of cooked crawfish from them. Then you will need some extra virgin olive oil to help for cooking. You're going to roughly need about 1 1/2 tablespoons, give or take, depending on your cooking needs. Okay, what we're going to do in a hot skillet, we're going to add just a little bit of this olive oil. Then we're going to take your andouille sausage and put straight on in there. What we want to do is just kind of brown the sausage just a little bit, get a nice little scarring, I guess you want to call it. This won't take long at all because this is already pre-cooked sausage. Oh yeah, that's already cooking up really nicely. While this is cooking up, go ahead and let's get you a bowl on the side. We're going to be putting all of this in as soon as it gets cooked up the way we want it. Okay, let's go ahead and take this off the heat. If you think you need a little bit more oil in there, go ahead and add whatever you need. Now we're going to put the shrimp in. Now the shrimp, I'm only going to barely cook it, okay? not cooking the shrimp through and through. We're just barely cooking it. Alright, that's enough on the shrimp. Let's go ahead and take this off the heat. Okay, next let's go ahead and saute all your vegetables. This is your onions. Gonna do the bell peppers. We're gonna save the garlic and the bay leaf for later. And we got the celery. Go ahead and saute this up pretty nicely. Okay, while this is sauteing up, let's go ahead and get your bowl of meat here. We're going to put two of these tablespoons of our Cajun seasoning into this meat and stir it together. Just one of these piles, not both of them. Go ahead and mix it all in together here. Then we're going to let that sit to the side for a while. Just like that. Okay, after this has been sauteing for a little while, you're going to want to go ahead and add your red pepper flakes and your Cajun seasoning. Now, if you want to know how I made this Cajun seasoning, you can go back to the video I did just prior to this video. Or I'll also leave a link in the description below to where you can watch this video. Alright, so let's go ahead and add all of this through there. Then you want to go ahead and get your the garlic, put that in there, and let's stir this in. Alright, now next you want to add your rice. Make sure you go ahead and rinse your rice just before you use it. You don't want to rinse it at the beginning and then set it aside, because then it's going to start getting clumpy. So let's rinse the rice and then we're going to add it to it. I've already rinsed it, so let's go ahead and put the rice in here. Then we're going to incorporate that for a few minutes. You see, you get a little, some darkness at the bottom of the pan. That's a good thing, alright? Don't worry about that. That's flavor. We're going to let that sit for just a moment. Alright, after that kind of saute for a little bit, let's go ahead and put your bay leaf in. Go ahead and put your crushed tomatoes in. And let's go ahead and put your chicken broth in. Stir that in pretty good. Okay, we're going to let that come to a simmer, then we're going to reduce it to low heat, and then we're going to cover it. Alright, let's do that. Okay, after this has been simmering for about 7 to 8 minutes, what we're going to do is find your bay leaf. We're going to take that out. Okay, we don't need this no more. Then, let's go ahead and put your shrimp and sausage on into here. And let's go ahead and put the crawfish in here as well. Now let's go ahead and stir all of that in. Go ahead and cover it back up and simmer for a few more minutes. Okay, now you would actually taste this and then add any type of seasonings or salt and pepper to taste. Then you would want to serve it and add your green onions on top.